Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today, we're going to talk about my 5 most carried, most used knives the last couple of months, maybe a few months. But these are the ones that really stood out to me. Yeah, definitely could be others, but let's talk about this. All right, today we're going to talk about the 5 most carried, most used knives that I've had in my collection. But before I do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about some honorable mentions. First, the slip joint, the one that I've been carrying the most. Now, there's been 2 of them, but this is the one I've carried the most and I keep coming back to. It is my Barley. This was a gifted knife to me. This is an Urban EDC Kunwu Knives design. Really, really, really love this knife. Awesome little slip joint. Have really enjoyed this modern slip joint. And this is a Northwestern Woods. Sorry. They made the leather sheath for this particular knife. I have several of theirs. But really, really great little slip joint. So I'm going to only have one for slip joints, and this is primarily it. Another kind of honorable mention that we're going to talk about, I've had a couple of knives, okay? And so one's a little newer than the other one, but we have the Quiet Carry Marq, and we have the Vero Engineering Fixed Blade Axon. Both of these are really outstanding knives. Have very much enjoyed both of these. So the Vero Engineering is M390 DLC coated, black micarta scales, a kydex sheath with the loops, and this is a pretty cool little knife. I've really enjoyed that. It's very kind of comfortable to carry, very stealthy, not stealthy, but you know, out of sight, out of mind when I don't want it, and then when I need it, very easy to get to. Nice grip. Really, really like this knife. Very functional as around the house EDC type of knife. Did get this from Vero Engineering, and really am enjoying it. I cannot say how surprised I am of how nice this is really to carry. Yeah, it's one of those knives, had I not been given the opportunity to check it out, might not have gotten it. But now that I've had a chance to check it out, I'm very pleasantly surprised. So that is probably the number 2 out of the 2 here. My number 1, and by far, is my Quiet Carry. It used to be my McNeese Ridge Runner, but since I've gotten this one, I have just loved this. The grip on this is ridiculous. This is MagnaCut. It's at 62 at least, maybe 63 HRC, but at least 62 I know. Which for me, for a fixed blade, not bad, right? Pretty thick, pretty robust, pretty big blade. You know, I have reviews on this already. Full tang all the way across. There is a little place for a lanyard loop in there if you want it. Screws on here to take it on and off if you need to take the scales off, especially if you're hunting or processing or cooking or something when you're camping and you get chicken or whatever stuff on it and you want to clean it up. So that's really, really nice. Love this MagnaCut. Love Quiet Carry, what they're doing. Phenomenal stuff. They've been really knocking it out of the park. The kydex sheath is phenomenal. Fits really well. Nice clickety, has been clickety. I've been carrying this a lot. Again, loops on this one. I think these are the original loops for this one. These are my loops from another holster that I have, and I made these a little shorter, so it's a little easier for me to carry this. I like that, especially being it's a heavier knife. It balances it a little bit more. Full tang, really, really comfortable. Just a big knife that carries really well. I mean, to me, I'm just so surprised how it carries. And the grip on this thing, I wish almost every fixed blade had a grip like this. It is the most comfortable grip I have on any fixed blade I've ever carried, ever handled. I love what they do here. They really knocked this out. I mean, the design on this grip, it's what now kind of is going to be my standard. I wish every fixed blade would do. So that's my fixed blades and the slip joint. So let's talk about what was number 5 for me. Well, what was number 5? Well, it's my Vero Engineering Nova. Now, there was the regular Nova, and then there's the Mini Nova. Both of these have Timascus backspacers and Timascus clip. Great knife. Probably the Nova all the way up until I had the Mini. And then I've been enjoying carrying the Mini Nova. I have a Lux Mini Lux 3.3. Love that one. It's pretty cool. But the Nova just is such a much more comfortable in my hand kind of knife. I really dig this. It's like a knife that was made for me. So I enjoy this very much. Beautiful Timascus clip. I'm glad I got that put on there. Made this a little more expensive for sure, but still a very enjoyable knife. And the action on this is just beautiful. You put some skiffs in there and it's just phenomenal, right? So really great knife. This is number 5. All right, so what is number 4? Well, number 4 for me, and only because it's new. it's probably going to move up quite a bit. This is my Shaman. This is the Elmax BladeOps exclusive. You'll remember this one. There's the Elmax. You'll remember that this one probably had the Rips Garage Technology scales on there. Love those scales, but they're so heavy. They're not the light, weight relief milled ones. They came out with those, and I bought the ones I had on sale, and they were just so heavy. It just made the knife more and more difficult to carry. Or not difficult, but just, I didn't want to carry it. I didn't reach for it because it was so heavy. But once I put these Rockscale designs with this bronze anodization, with the bronze anodized backspacer, and I still kept the C.M.E, the C.M.E compression made easy from OCD for EDC on there, which makes this just a fantastic knife. The thing about the C.M.E, what it was first created for is, so if you're left-handed, it's easy to open and close it left-handed, and I like that. I like that a lot. Makes it a very fidgety, friendly kind of knife. All right, the bronze anodized is just done really well. Nicely, no sharp edges anywhere, rounded on the corners. The liners fit so well in here, and the action on this thing is buttery smooth. And so buttery smooth, I can come up here, and it feels like it was just a natural flipper. Like I can come up here and just do a quick flip. And I think without ripping my knuckle up, let's see if I can do this. It's going to be difficult because this is so aggressive up here. I'll probably rip my knuckle, but I might be able to get it one time. Let's see if we can do it. No, it's so aggressive. I have to knock this down. So aggressive. But you can easily do the flip. It's so stinking easy. Even left-handed, super easy. Not difficult at all, which I really enjoy. So, and the action is buttery smooth. Oh, man, I've got another Shaman that I need to get action like this. It's just phenomenal. Originally, I was going to look at the hardware, maybe do something else, but being that it's like plain silver, if you will, just like the C.M.E, just like the blade, just like the clip, it's a nice accent on this knife. I think it looks really cool, kind of classy. You can already see a little bit of the patina, especially on the bronze anodization, which is typical, and just a really nice knife. This was my number 4 carried. Really cool knife, but only because I got this late. Had you given me another month, this could easily moved up to maybe second. Definitely third. All right, so the next one's going to be my Quiet Carry the Catch. Again, this is relatively new. I've gotten this probably in the last, I want to say month or so, maybe a month and a half, but really nice knife. Action is beautiful. I put skiffs in this guy. I tuned it a little bit. It was a little stiff, but once you do that, this thing is just buttery, creamy, fun, smooth. It's just a really well-made knife. It opens and closes. You got bonus middle finger reverse flick. I love the texturing, the knurling that they do on the Quiet Carry. It's just really wonderful. Contoured shape, you can see that. Beautiful lock bar up there, steel bar insert over travel stop, which is nice. Beautiful mill deep pocket carry clip. Just everything about this knife just screams out quality. Just really nice. I enjoyed this one a lot. This is such a great size too. As you can see from my hand, I've got large hands with big meaty fingers. So extra large hands with regular size fingers, double extra large hands with thinner fingers. That's about what you're going to grip here. But there's room. There's plenty of room. It's very comfortable. It's very nice. Right, and this edge, Vanax Super Clean, which is phenomenal. Love that. By the way, this was Elmax, and this one here is M390. But this is a Vanax Super Clean, which is a really cool steel. Really cool kind of production, salt-resistant kind of steel. So, do like this one a lot at number 3. Number 2, not going to be a big surprise. I mean, again, it's relatively new, but man, I made up for it. I carry this for a while, for like a couple of weeks exclusively. Just so amazing on this knife. Love this one. This is the Machinewise Mojave. The only way you can get this one to be so high up there is because I literally carry this every day. Even today, I carry this every day. I flick it every day. I really enjoy this knife. It's just buttery smooth. That good. They really knocked it out of the park as far as the detent and drop here. Really fantastic. Kind of a cool everything else. And when I mean cool of everything else, this milling on the clip, which is phenomenal. This texturing here is not overly aggressive, but it works, right? The milling is all the way around the rounded corners. Nice flipper. The only thing that I wish the flipper had was some jimping, and I did talk to them, and they said they might have future releases with the jimping. I think that'll make a big deal, especially if your finger goes a little heavy on the lock bar. It can make that deployment a little more challenging, right? At least for me. So, really cool knife. What is this one? 20 CV blade steel at 62 or 63 HRC, so heat treated really well. It is a flipper. It has a finger choil you can choke up on. Definitely has a fuller as well. So I can come in here and reverse flick it, which works out really, really, really nice. I enjoy that knife a great deal. So it's always fun. It's running on Skiff Caged ceramic ball bearings, and that's out of the manufacturing directly. That's what they put in there, which to me is a really, really cool, wise move. I think so. Yeah, action's beautiful. I could flick this all day just because I enjoyed the action that I see on this thing. All right, cool knife, cool knife. I love the shape, love everything about it. Just gotta be careful touching the lock bar. That's one thing. You know, I wish the flipper tab had a little more, some jimping or something like that. Another thing I got to be careful for, right? So otherwise, it's just an outstanding knife. I really, really, really like this knife. All right, the number one carried knife, at least for this section, it's going to probably diminish a little bit, but I really have enjoyed it. It's my Excalibur. My Excalibur has been my number one carry. Now, what's brought it back into the collection was the clip. I fixed the clip myself. So there's a lot of controversy around the clip. Oh, it's too strong, it's too tense, whatever. You can't open and closing it. I think I had this down, I thought. Hold on. There we go. I knew I could front flip this. But yeah, that was really frustrating me, and it had to do with the clip and some of the dimensions. And so I rounded this right here, rounded this part, and then the clip, where it comes down, it was connecting like this, and there was like a little square block in there. So I made that a little thinner, so it's just connecting on that little block. Right? That's the first thing. That allowed for the pressure down. Then also right back here on the top, I filed that down to make the clip thin overall. All right, sorry, I'm back. Got a little erupted there. All right, so yeah, the clip, fantastic. Fixed it. Doing all of that, filing and everything, I took off the anodization. So then I anodized back to the Damascus clip. Now this is 5 different stages of anodization. You have the initial, then it gets a little hotter, longer, and then a little hotter, longer, and a little hotter, longer, and then you get to this green. It's kind of a cool progression. It's sort of like a happy mistake. So, you know, you can Bob Ross me. It's a happy tree. It's a happy mistake, right? This is absolutely a happy mistake right there, this little clip. So I enjoyed how it came out, and it's just fantastic. So then I decided to fire anodize the pivot collar, and I have that sort of golden out here, and then the more bluish down here. It flipped a little bit. I got to fix it, but I put Loctite, so I haven't really wanted to touch it. On this side, this was super dark, like the rest of all the Damascus, like the really first initial dark Damascus. I made this a lighter blue, which I think looks nicer on this, personally. Some people might not agree, but I think it does. So that's the clip. Once you get past the clip, the fact that this is an integral is amazing. Really is. It's got a thumb hole, a fuller hole, the fuller down here, thumb studs. You have bonus flick with, hold on. Yeah, bonus flick, and then you also have bonus flick with a fuller down there. Just really nice, and the action's great. I did put skiffs in this. Super easy to put skiffs in. You just got to unscrew this. A little disc comes out with the washers. Once you take that out, then you can take the blade out. Or actually what you do is you push the pivot, and it comes all the way out, and then you can take the blade out, which is nice, So this definitely got fixed so that I can carry it, and then everything else I can enjoy. Overall, it's a really great knife. It really is. Kunwu did an outstanding job on this knife, and I have enjoyed carrying this, especially with the DLC coated blade, which has taken some abuse, but doesn't even show it, right? I think it's been outstanding. So I've enjoyed this. Hold on, there we go. It's a little harder to do the flip on the Excalibur than it is on the Spyderco Shaman. So I mean, I love this knife. It's fantastic. It's probably not going to get as much time, especially that you got the Mojave, and especially you got the Spyderco brass anodized scales. These are just beautifully simple, but beautifully powerful. So outstanding little set of scales on that knife. All right, so these are the 5 most carried knives in the past few months, I would say. There are other knives, you've probably seen them. There's arguments for those to be contenders or winner, and I get it. I totally understand. But these are the ones recently that I've really been using and carrying a lot. The Nova is really surprisingly a wonderful knife. It really is. It's one of those knives, I wasn't expecting that I would like it as much as I do. And the ergonomics really, really work for me, including the large version. Ergonomics on the large version are still also very nice. The Shaman was a super fantastic surprise. This was a second or third set of scales that I put on this knife. There are parts where this right here, you know, just putting this together is fantastic. But when you get that action, that's just buttery smooth. That's rare, especially for some Spydercos. But this is truly a phenomenal knife to be carrying. The catch is a really great knife. I like this. This is when I want a small EDC kind of friendly knife. I don't want to have to worry about being sticking out or anything like that. This is just a great little carry knife. Great into the office, great to places, what have you. I like it. I like it a lot. And so to me, this is a personal favorite. All right. Then, of course, you got the Mojave. The Mojave, man, I couldn't get enough of. I honestly could not get enough of. I'd pretty much replaced everything with the Mojave. This was my absolute latest carry to, and it is good. Super good. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah, so the action on this is phenomenal. It's just so good. Now, they did say they were probably going to put jimping on the flipper. I think that's could go a long way for a lot of things. On this one, clip getting fixed and just rounded, no longer sharp, and then thinning a little part up here. I mean, it now has a nice flexibility, and it's not this really awkward big slab of Ti Damascus. So I like that. The catch is just a fantastic, great little size carry, and I love how the Shaman came out. I think this one will get more carry time. This one will start to diminish because I have a regular in this one and a fixed blade. I mean, this one will still get some screen time and some, review and handle and everything. So anyways, these are my top 5 most carried, most used knives. There's a few more that probably could make this list go in and out, but I'm just trying to go with most recent and really thinking about it. So these are the guys. Definitely great knives. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So I'm very appreciative of you being here as a part of the channel and a channel member, and just really being involved. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I appreciate you guys. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your support of the channel, your help with everything. Lord, it really does allow me to do more things. You encourage me when I need to work out, buddy. I don't do this full time, so thank you. You also allow me to check out things that I never would think about. So thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. All right. If you haven't already, also maybe, like I said, check me out down below. There's a little link for different tiers. I have 3 different tiers. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.